David.
David.
Where did you grow up? Where are you from?
Clydebank. Originally from Dumfries, but Clydebank mainly. My wee granny and that came over from Hong Kong in the late 70s. Opened the Chinese. My mum met my dad when she was young. Probably the first white mixed race family. Oakville Patrick, then moved to Singer Street. Clydebank most of my days.
So, tell me about your family growing up. Who was in the house with you?
I've got an older brother, Stephen, my sister, Lisa. There was obviously my mum and my dad, but my mum and dad split up when I was 6. And she had a stepdad, Mick. They were there together for 10, 15 years. And then after that, 16 had main house anyway, so up to about that time, but pretty much just me, my brother and my sister.
So you mentioned Mick there, but what before that, what was it like when you first moved into the street? Because your mum and dad were together at that point?
Aye.
Or were they together?
No, they were together, but my mum's, they both in the worked and my grandpa was Chinese, so they weren't really about, not in a bad way. I mean, we stayed at my granny and that's a lot, you know what I mean? But when we first moved into Clydebank, at the time I probably didn't notice it, but obviously we were a different type of family. I notice it more now when you see some of the crap that goes on. But
time away as well.
Time away, and when but my mum and my dad, I don't really have a good memory of them together. I remember my dad being there, but growing up in Singer Street and that was, I've got good memories. You know what I mean? It was a good place to grow up.
It was excellent. What's your relationship like with your family then? So we're going back to then. What was it like though with obviously your brother and your sister? What was it like just with siblings, I guess?
Me, my brother and my sister are close. I've had this question a few times. She, like my ex-wife, they are close, very close. And I used to go, that's the way I wish my family had been. But me, my mum and my brother and that are close. We just don't need to see each other every day. So every family's different. I don't know if that's a Chinese thing, because I was always at my granny's and that, and my uncle Ricky, who's only a couple of years older than us, looked after us.
But it's a good connection though that you've got.
I could not see my brother for 10 years, bump into him, boom. Whereas my ex-wife, and not just my ex-wife, a lot of like my pals' families, they need to see, they go and see their mothers every day. See, as long as I know my mother's alright, and it might sound harsh, I don't need to hear for her. People always say to me, when they're gone, you'll regret it. Maybe, but if you see me and my mum communicating, you can see it's no. People are too quick to judge the way it should be. Know what I mean? Whereas
that's a great thing. There's lots of people that
everyone's going, oh, my family's brilliant. I said, blah, blah. I said, it is. But when we had the fault with me and my missus, the ex-missus, it was like, I says, no, you're too close. I used to love it, but then I go, whereas I like, it's perfect to be me, my sister and that. I talked to my sister last night, it's as if we spent last couple of years together. There's no, what's been happening? You just go on with it.
Just to butt in, I mean, I hadn't seen her in 20 odd years.
I in the fitba.
Within 2 seconds. And
same ourselves, you know what I mean?
Aye.
It's like, well, how did we lose touch? Too many people are needy.
Aye. No. But it's no strange.
No.
And that's the thing, like with yourself as well. I know I'm touching on personal stuff, but it was like I saw you, like, I don't know, like
I don't know,
less than a year ago.
Aye.
It's a weird thing. So having said that, how would you describe your childhood? If you had to try and, I know you don't like pigeonholing things, but how would you try and...
I honestly want to change a thing about it, and that's no me trying to be cocky. It's made me the person I am today, right? It wasn't easy growing up. As you know, we got a lot of... at the time I didn't know it was racial abuse, right? No abuse as in... But
No, it was.
Like verbal abuse,
was
fighting,
terrible.
chased, attacked. But at the time, I honestly just, this is normal. I never have a flashback to my mum that going, oh, you're going to have to put up with this. If anything, it was fight back.
Is that?
Nah, maybe a couple of times, what, fucking kill him. Well, no kill him. But, you
No,
what
I
mean?
know. No, but it was the
that's
same.
the way it was. It was like fight back, but I was never brought up as if you're still being a victim, if you know what I mean.
Aye, or go to the school and we'll let's talk about this.
And as I say, I heard the abuse. If people used to go, my pals that knew me for years would go, I don't even think you look Chinese. I'm literally walking up the road, a young boy would go out to me, all China, man. You know what I mean? I'm like, clearly I look Chinese. So, so one thing I learned today was I flipped it.
Aye.
And I make Chinese jokes. I'll crack jokes, and I don't know if it breaks the tension with people.
Did you have people feel a bit awkward even
No,
now?
when I first crack, like if I'm playing pool and somebody puts the red, I go, what colour am I? And they go, yellow. I'm like, who are you talking to? You know what I mean? And everyone in the pub will laugh because there's something all day. And then next one, then it breaks ice. So, things like that. But at the start, it wasn't like that. But I couldn't even tell you when I learned to do that. But it obviously ended up working in my favour.
What did you want to be when you were growing up? Did you have an ideal job? Did you have a dream of something that you wanted to?
PE instructor, PE teacher.
Is that right? Right? Because you were good.
I wanted to be in the army. I wanted to be in the army. We couldn't get in because of my asthma.
Oh.
Right, I wanted to get in.
But that would have been later though. That would have been a wee bit later on for that by the time you wanted to get in.
No, I was 16. I tried when I was 16.
Right.
And obviously the PE teacher had to go and had the exams, but I think like they knew they've got my daughters want to be a PE teacher and knew they're doing placements for it, and she might become
incredible, isn't it?
Aye. Whereas back when we had twins, they didn't even have like a PE hire, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So that and a joiner.
Is that why sort of football then was a thing for you? Because football was a thing for you when you were wee and you used to. Because you were in one of the teams, weren't you? Can't remember what team you were in. Who did you play for?
No, I played for Clydebank Rovers, but
right,
that was
still a name because I didn't get into the Clydebank Rovers. You know what I mean?
I liked football, but again, I couldn't play football at the age you're talking about because I fought with everybody.
Aye, I know.
I didn't get on with certain schools, so see if we were playing away, and I was decent at football. Mm-hmm. But see if we were playing at another park, I couldn't go because there would be 20 bodies there.
So see, just talking about that. So it basically was racism, right? I don't know how you categorise it, but it was racism. Now I was there and I saw it happening to you a lot. Now I was obviously a wee tiny bit older than you were, so I tried to help as much as I could. But now thinking about it, it's heartbreaking to remember that at the time. Like I say, I don't know how much you think about that, but how much because it is racism, how much did it affect you, do you think? I'm trying to get to the part where things really changed for you, and was it run about then, or?
It wasn't. I get this right. See, every night I used to come home a different night. We lived in, remember the Holy City?
Yeah.
Windsor Crescent, and it was like a triangle, and it was pitch dark. There was about, each flat had 2 people living in the flat, so the lights didn't even work. And every night there used to be a team like Terry McGinn. Can you remember him?
Yeah.
Like, so they all kicked about that age. We're all Waynes, and I'd come in for the High Park. I said, I'm walking up the stairs, creeping up the stairs. Mine was the first close on the right. Wong, they've just left. I'm like, who? 10 guys sitting waiting outside your flat all night.
What was that for, though?
It's just for fighting, growing up through school. And obviously, they chase me. They don't catch me. I see one of them, I battle them.
So what age was this? Was this getting into the teenage stuff? Or?
16
right.
years old.
So see, before you moved into where we lived in 1984, 85, sort of the mid-80s, when you were there, you must have started to notice things, because there was obviously a change between there and by the time you became a teenager.
We lived in...
But what kind of things were happening to you?
Well, the reason we got to move over to Windsor Crescent was because we lived in Singer Street, then we moved to 27A Graham Avenue, which is a length of close away.
Aye.
And people tried to kick a door in one night because my mum told them to keep the noise down. Young boys being young boys. But at the time, I'm thinking of these boys as being adults, but they were probably 15, 16, because I'd have been 10 at the time. And then we woke up to the Chinese graffiti, or there was. Like, I used to get called Teddy Wong because of Teddy Wong at the Wonders at the time. And that they wrote Teddy Wong, Stephen Wong, and all felt tip pens on. My mum had to go to the council to get a move because she's obviously a hassle. I don't remember, apart from the door night and that, obviously there must have been more hassle because my mum's going to tell me this. I mean, they're going to shield you for it. But that's what got us to move over to Windsor Crescent. And I actually remember when we moved out to Windsor Crescent, I used to come back over to my mum's pals in Graham Avenue. And one day I was coming back, the boys I kicked the boot with there weren't happy that I'd moved away and kicked the shit out of me. But top of Crown Avenue. So aye.
Yeah. When we were at the kids' football a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about everybody's got like the middle child syndrome and stuff like that, but you were mentioning it from a sort of mixed race point of view. Can you tell me what you mean by that? Because you touched on it. But it's not that I didn't want to hear it, it's just I think someone's
well,
tell me about that.
They're pretty blatant.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't, again, they don't, it's just the Chinese way, they don't mean it. But I remember, like, my bra's born, well, I don't remember my bra's born, but it was like, oh yeah, boy, carried on the Chinese name. Then another boy's born, oh, no bother. Then my sister's born, oh, little girl. They get spoiled, I don't know. Whether they noticed, I don't know, but to me it felt that, obviously. My uncle was a year older than my brother, so they were best of pals when I'm trying to hang about with him. They're also babysitting me, so they're the ones bringing me up because my granny and I've got a shop, so we'd be sitting. I was basically getting brought up. My brother's 3 years older than me, so when I'm 6, I've got a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old bringing me up. Know what I mean?
How do you think that affected you then? Being, I'm not going to say you were, they're your words saying that you were ignored and stuff like that, but how did that make you feel when you were?
No, I hated that, right? And I used to hate going to my granny's and that. And see, as soon as I woke, Mum, every Friday to Sunday would go. And you think about the Waynes now. If my Wayne done what I'd done, I'd have my nut. But I used to wake up on a Sunday morning, bright as a button, 7:30, maybe earlier, well, not so much earlier, but when I knew it was early enough to leave and walk for Oko Patrick along the cycle path through Damure up to Singer Street, just so I'd be happy. See, I didn't even need to see my mum, just once I knew I was in my house, I was happy. Know what I mean? And I'm a 10-year-old Wayne doing that. No, know what I mean? But I didn't enjoy being there, but the effect it's had on me, and I annoys my brother up all the time. I've got a fixed sense of humour. I like to crack jokes. I'd rather make you laugh than... Anger's one of the worst emotions ever. So is jealousy. And I go at my brother, because he go like, take it in serious. I say, it's your fault I'm like this. You know what I mean? Everything I'm at, and I don't hold it against you, Stephen. You know what I mean? I go at it, and he actually goes, I don't remember half of that. But I remember it was my grandpa's funeral and my Uncle Ricky. And I says to him, and I'd rather if my brother was like this. I go, remember the pink blanket days? They used to put a pink blanket on my head while they watched films, just so I wanted to stay up. I was just happy to be staying up. I tell you this at the football. I was just happy to be staying up, and they think they're punishing me. You know what I mean? When I remind my Uncle Ricky, he's like, oh, I forgot about that. When my brother's like, that didn't happen. It didn't affect me at the time. That's just youngsters being youngsters that I bring up, but aye, it's...
What was primary school like for you? Do you remember?
Primary school was... I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? There wasn't and watching my Waynes grow up, it's the same. Primary school, because you've got the same pals every year. Classes might change, and there might be an odd person like split between. Is when you go to high school, and that's what it is. It's different people for different schools, and obviously the egos, and who was the best fighter here. And but I didn't get much. I didn't get hassle at school. See, all my hassle, the hassle came from the street I lived in.
Right.
Know what I mean? That's where it all mainly happened.
So school was not like when you got into secondary school. Was that was there no sort of
No, all the I still got racial. Like if somebody was arguing like that, there'd be one of your good pals, and then there's one arguing like, "Yeah, fucking chinky bastard." Know what I mean? But no,
Aye, but by the time you got to that stage, you just accepted that.
aye.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I just,
you just
aye.
accepted
I
that.
would black in my head, I'm like, you're being nothing but nice to me now, but because we're having an argument to come
They used that as that was their
it's like,
go-to.
it's like trying to hurt you. I think, and that's one of the points I went like that, mate. And you act, even if it does hurt you, act as if it doesn't. And it annoys you more. But most of the grown up caring, it was basically for where I was living.
So, right. So moving on to the, what kind of teenager were you? I'm scared to ask.
I was quiet. No, I was
Right.
listening. I was right.
Aye.
Once I learned to fight back, like, I'm not glamorising fighting back, but standing up for yourself. See, once I stood up for myself, because they used to chase me in crowds, man. Crowds, if they got me, I used to go out to my pals. Hospitals, the best I could wish for. Like, I'm cracking a joke again. I always seem to do it. I'll crack a joke under pressure. But one night, I fought back, and the word that got back to them, the response I got, and I'm like, I like that, because now they're shot in the back foot. And that's basically when I went. So my teenage years, there would have been a 2-year period. I just no looking for it. But if I saw it, they didn't need to instigate it. And a lot of people would have heard, oh, he's an animal, he's this, he's that, but they didn't know the backstory at all. I mean, and as I've said to you before, half these people I fought with or I went to jail for, I talked to now. And they talk to me, and I'll talk the way we're talking, and I'll talk about it. Know what I mean? So it's weird in that sense, but at the time, and the way we're talking about it, and I'm explaining why I was the way I was, they accept it. Go, like, know what, you've got a fucking point. I'm like, you were team-handed. I was myself. Know what I mean? So.
Aye, but I mean, I think it's like. So I suppose the question in my mind is, when did the violence start? Because I don't know how else to phrase it, but let's be honest.
I was 16, 17. Probably.
So it's around about that same time that you keep sort of mentioning 16, 17.
That was the one that if you asked me, it was that one night, because there was always violence where they didn't try to get me, but the one night I fought back, and it's hard to explain, but I felt it, boom, that instantly turned in my favour. And they stopped looking for me.
But David, how did I hear about you when we hadn't even seen each other?
No, I know,
like
that's what I'm saying. No,
30 years?
because I got to sorry.
So your reputation is what I'm saying. I wonder how that happened. Was there something specific?
We'll be 100% that night. I had pals that were cousins with the first boy I'd battered.
Right.
And it went, the way it went, within a week, I'd done another 5 of them. I'm not stopping tools, I'm just stopping fists, right? And that.
What for?
Just for the last 2 year, 3 year of torture.
But right, so you were, right.
Just going that, so if I saw them, because they used to chase me, no catch me. And then when I'd see them one-on-one, oh, that was not a day with me. So it got like repetitive, and I got bored of it. And then one night I've done that, and for that week, maybe it's just say I've done another 5, and their cousins used to go out, oh, who's next? And all the jungle drums going back to everybody, as you say.
That's what I remember.
You start hearing people talking, and I'm like, and I start, not so much a buzz, but I goes like, nah, I know how it feels like. And as I say, I didn't go looking for them, but if I was driving by in a motor, I'd be like, mate, stop the fucking motor. And then boom, and I see, even I get a buzz out of getting into the motor and seeing them run, going like that. You know what I mean? I don't even need to touch them. But
there's I've told you this story a few times. In fact, I told you it on the way up, but I'm no. I think it's worth telling again. I'd heard about your sort of reputation and your name and stuff as being really violent, and that was completely alien to me because that's not what I remember. I just remember this wee tiny guy with tons of hair and, you know, like a wee doll, like I said before. But I was in a pub when I was 19, quite a well-known pub in Clydebank, and you came in with some of your pals, and where it was at the bar was just a mirror. All of a sudden I started hearing this commotion, but the person that was with said, "Oh, that's Wong earlier." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, trying to, was that David? Surely not. And then I just looked up in the mirror, and you were like fighting with like 4 with him. So
Just that and a lot.
I know that's not the case now, but I'm just wondering. I think you've answered it pretty well, though, as to, you know. But it seemed like you were kind of picking people off, and that's no normal behaviour, is it?
No, but again, it's probably because even when I say that happened in the 5 in the 1 week, like, there must have been a year. It was madness. And as I was saying earlier on, I used to have to take a different route home every night. Walking through the High Park, walking through the High Park.
But it took a while, is what I'm saying. So when you were like 10, you know, so between that age and 16, obviously you took a lot of abuse, man. So I get it, I understand that, but I want to hear you.
But I don't actually. I took the abuse, but I didn't. I don't. It's hard. I don't feel as if I got abused. If you know what I mean. I know I did. I don't know if that's just me. I know you heard it.
I was there,
but I don't know if it's me being fixed in. I've not blocked out because I know what happened.
I think that's what it is.
I don't know if I'm that way now. I got me. I couldn't give a fuck.
No, and that's what I think we're getting to.
Aye. I care, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm at a stage like I like to see yourself get things out there. I like to try and help people. I like give the positive message.
Yeah.
And explain because the youth of the day, they've not got a clue, man. See, I mean, you see racism because of all the people that they're bringing in, which, listen, that's an African story itself. It's not.
It's different. It's a different thing.
It's a different thing, but you don't seem to get the stuff that we got earlier on because we, as you said, we were like the first in. You
were the only
mixed race
family that we, and again, I feel bad about it now, and I think it's stupid me even saying that, but I feel bad about that now. So like I said, I went up to my mum and went like that. There's a Chinese family in there. And thinking about it now, again, I said it on the way up, it feels wildly racist even saying that. It really does. And it's just these wee things come back to me all the time. And you can't really say sorry about it, to be honest. Because I was, you know me, I never took part in any of that stuff. I was trying to be your pal all the time. But anyway, we move on. How much were, like you mentioned the violence when you were like 16 onwards, how much were drugs and alcohol a part of that, do you think?
None.
No?
There would have been times I was drunk and probably taking something when it's happened, but no, it's sober, done it sober and all. It was a one, I hate the word trigger, right?
Yeah.
It gets used a lot now.
Me too.
But you're going to hear me say it, Davey. It must have been a trigger. Just seeing them. I didn't need to be drunk. I could be sitting there, I could be standing in a shop if one of them walked in. It was like a switch. You know what I mean? As I say, I've walked by a bus and I see one, we're walking with my such and such, straight onto the bus.
So it was like a loop then? It was like a constant loop?
It was just going that, because
plate span? Because
it was a daily thing for maybe 2 or 3 years, 4 years, whatever, and all the other wee bits of bobs growing up. And as they couldn't catch, I was rapid. I mean, I was fast.
You were fast.
But if they caught me, I might have just been a wee beating, but could have been some cunt that just done too much. And that's all it takes. And I used to think that. I used to say to my pals, if going to hospital was the best I can wish for, because there was one time I was sitting in maths and remember the big tower block in Clydebank? So I must have get it. What school did you go to?
I was in a different school.
Yeah, I went to a smart school.
You went to the best one.
But the tower block looking out onto the High Park, and a lassie, Lisa Donicky, sitting in front of me. and I just saw like the scene at a Braveheart, the whole top of the park
Coming right
filling
up.
up.
Was that right?
And obviously they're no way to fight me, but they're like, who's that for? And you just seen it, and they're talking with 1,000 people maybe, and then the ones that were like fighting me were walking through the school looking for me. Obviously I've done the off and got away, but I'm going like that, and people are like, who's that for? And I'm like, me. You know what I mean? So we things like that, and it was, I swear to God, it was like a scene at a Braveheart with the cliff, with the Irish walker, and they just look up. They all coming out for the old folks home at the top, and you go like that. And I was just like, oh, they're going down to do Wong. And obviously it didn't happen, thank God. But again, they're going to the lengths to walk around, up and down the school and going into classes looking for you. And in all honesty, I'd love to find anyone in it go, why? Why to that length?
That's what I'm...
I mean, mad. And I can't tell you.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because it didn't affect, like, or maybe it did affect it. It didn't affect your brother, does it?
No, people used to meet my brother in nightclubs and go, your brother's a wee dick, and my brother'd go, no. No, and I'm like, and I'll noise my brother like that, and he's like, but I think my brother, I don't know if my brother was scared, but then, I don't know, again, he's not involved in my career, so when he was saying that, obviously I'm battling him at this point, so he's going that, he's always dealing with himself as well. But it would have been nice for him to go, that's my wee brother you're talking
who you talking to? And I'm pretty sure he could have. Absolutely.
If he say it now?
No, I bet he would. So, do you mind if we talk about the times, obviously you're in trouble with the law a few times and spent some time in prison. What was your first sort of offences then? What led you to that place?
The first offence was the Maltons.
Nightclub kind of thing.
We went to go in there. We got in, sorry. Well, the same boys we've been talking about.
What age were you?
20.
Right, so moving on a wee bit then.
So it's 20 at this point. But this is still going on. So at this point, so when I'm 20 and we're in there, me and another 3 of my pals, and there's about 20 of them come in, and we can see it all congregating. We're up in a wee high, like an alcove bit, and it all kicks off. And the bouncers obviously throw us for it because there's too many of them. And as they throw 2 of us out, they throw 1 of them out. The boy gets battered. Know what they say we done, but he got hit, falls, cracks his head, and me and another 2 of my pals got 18 years between us. Me and one pal got 5 years, and another boy got 8 years for basically a punch. The boy fell. They says we jumped over him, but it didn't happen. The cameras there, didn't he? Long story short, we get 18 years between us for something trivial that get done for attempted murder. Which obviously is a stigma itself and goes on, and people look and go, oh, he's done that, but they don't know half the shit, you know what I mean? So
what?
I was 21 when we got to jail.
How long did you get? I know you said what you got, but how long did
5
you
years, done 2.5. Get out 5 months later, basically got another 5. I'd met my future wife, and I was drinking in the pub she worked in, and something happened, kicked off, and the post grabbed me when I was on top of the boy, and straight back, skip go. Had to finish my sentence and then start another one.
So how do you? I'm trying to process all that, Davey. how is it? Right, going back to the first one that you did the 2.5 for. How did you feel when you were kind of put away?
Oh, unknown. You know that clue. Oh, again, I remember people, they get the old Chinese whistles carry on, people going, Wong's fucked when he goes in the jail. So people are always right in the half going that, he'll get terrorised. Jail was one of the best experiences I've had. I know that's not me glamorising it. I grew up quick, had to grow up quick, realised who was there for me. He'd done my time, and if anything, it saved me. I came out healthier. I came out fitter, wiser, obviously. Lay in there while watching everyone fought, because it was. I mean, I'm 20. I spent the best part of my 20s in there, so I've always said to people, I'm like 10 years behind you now. And what you were doing 10 years ago, I'm Saturday when I was buying houses, start making business, stuff like that. It was an eye opener, and again, no, I didn't. I was homeless and all just before I got to jail. My mum loves me, but I didn't. My mum didn't know I was in jail until I was in jail. Right, and she goes like to me, my brother was at the trial, and he goes, you better sit down, mum. And she's like, hey, what? Yeah, David get to jail, when's he getting out? He's like, 5 years. So she's come up to visit me, she's like, a wee bastard, why the fuck would you not tell me that you were going to jail and you were going to trial? I says, I'd rather you just get the big hit in the water. And then obviously, why have her worrying all the way through it?
Well, I was going to say that there was method in it.
No, she gets me now, but that was 100% my way of thinking. And again, it's not really their problem, it's my problem. I'm the one that's going, so let me deal with it myself. I'm not really why go around have to go, this is what's happening.
Aye.
If you're important, you'll know what's happening. And we get in, so I was first night through into Berlin, pissing down, jumpsuit on, no buttons, shoes with no laces, pubes hanging out.
Aye.
And you're in the dog box, and that's when you go at. And obviously, years later, I'm going, that's the scaremongering tactic. You know what I mean? Nothing fits. Because after the next couple of days and they realise you're not going to cause bother, boom. And I was always, I'm polite, I can communicate, blah, blah, blah. I seem to get on with everyone. I sat with heavy boys, sat with quiet boys. I mean, some good memories. I've actually not got any bad memories, and that's not me trying to be funny.
Is that right? So there was nothing bad happened?
I've got nothing but positive stuff to say for the jail, as in
how you were treated.
How I was treated, and the opportunities it gave me. I got driving licence in there, got my forklift licence in there. Came out, every time I came out, I was getting a job. And as I say, because I just done my time, the screws leave you alone.
So it helped you focus then?
Oh, big time.
So this would be, is this collectively or was this like the first time? Because obviously after the first time...
No, the first time I had a girlfriend at this time, right? And right at the start we finished. See, as soon as I finished with that girl, my head was near the wall.
Right.
So I'm not sitting going that. So sailed that, got my parole, got it, then met my future wife. And then when I go to jail, I'm constantly thinking about her out there. Constantly waiting for my phone call, when I can phone her or that. So your head's over the wall constantly. So, I mean, as much as the second sentence was just as like plain sailing, it was murder. Because I didn't have any wage, but I had a relationship out there. The first sentence was as soon as I finished with my missus, boom. I was because you're not wanting to be on the phone. You don't know what I mean. You can't. If you've got somebody outside, you've no conversation. So what's happening? Nothing. So who are you talking to? I was talking to Davey. What was he saying? I mean, because I've got nothing to tell you in here.
No.
Know what I mean? So once the first sentence when that was took away from me, for having to communicate with the outside world with the missus, it was easier. Second one was harder because of the missus, but that was the only thing. The missus was hard. And take your time, head down, go on with it.
So, collectively, about the prison time, I don't think this is an easy one to answer, right? But do you regret it? Do you regret what put you in both times?
No. I don't regret it because what it taught me. I also don't regret defending myself as much as some people want to think, but unless you were there, you don't know. But there was all the different stories, but nah, I don't really regret much because it's made me who I am. Went through a lot of crap over the last couple of years, and what doesn't break you makes you.
Do you feel that I sound like a parole officer here, but do you think that you were rehabilitated? It feels like
big time.
Shawshank Redemption. I'm turning into Morgan Freeman's.
See, I got my first parole, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously God didn't bother. Seeing I went up for my second parole here, and I walked in on my Wayne's life strike with doing deed of lying, and I says, I fully do not expect to get parole. I was only out after 5 months for attempt murder, and I'm straight back in for a serious assault. If I'm not out now, I'm out in 10 months, so it doesn't really matter to me. I got my parole. And again, the way I say it is probably the way I say it to the parole officer, and sometimes they make a power trip and he goes, oh, I really need this. I says, if I'm not out now, I'm out in 10 months anyway, and I'm up north side in an open prison, eating the best I've had, playing football, doing this, doing that. I'm going out to get married and all. So, and I played as simple, as serious as that, and I go to the border.
How do you think the people that, you know, that you had, I'll use the terms committed offences on, how do you think they feel about you now?
I actually talked to them. The first one, my daughter actually stays at his house because she's pals with his Wayne.
Right.
Know what I mean? So it's mad.
Do you think it was the ignorance of youth then at that point?
I just think it was just young boys growing up. They didn't, and I generally didn't realise how serious it was until me and you were having the conversation. And at the time I remember, like now when you're jogging my memory, I'm like, I could have went either way there. And they probably don't know that, but see me now, and I mean, I'm fucking pretty good pals with, I'm saying good pals with some of them that we talk, and if I walk into a pub, they don't pass me, things like that. And it's a genuine, it's not like, oh, they need to talk to me, because it's proper, it's respect now. Know what I mean? And that happened, made I after I got my first sentence, which was, I get it 25 years ago. 24 years ago, 23, 45, so. But I know, they know what we got done for isn't what happened. No, I mean, it's not like a gang war, it was all shootings and all that, it was just, both times were just fights that happened, you know what I mean? And youths in fucking nightclubs, you don't get that shit anymore because there's no nightclubs.
No, it's not the same. I mean? It's not even the same. Everybody's a bit, I mean, not everybody, but there are a lot of people out there that are a bit softer now than maybe you were when you were younger. So, probably just the last thing on the prison thing, were you scared at any point? You must have been scared. Admit it.
No, I don't admit it.
No, I'm just saying.
Listen, no, but if you're not scared, you're not fucking human.
But that must have passed quick for you as well.
You can be confident, but still, you got to fucking scared keeps you on your toes, you know what I mean? So, we get the 5 year, and we're doing the High Court, and I'm sitting going like that, right? I'll be over, I remember cracking the joke, no, you crack the joke, I'll be over before we know it. Try to like this again. Defence mechanism, try to lighten the mood. And I've got my two mates that are pure still raging. I'm like, well, we'll say that one again. You know what I mean? And then
so again, you knew your audience at least.
So I fucking hell, I'd have been shitting myself, but again, I don't know if faith grown up years, I can hide it well. I can deal with it well.
That's what I think it is.
It must be.
I mean, I don't know anything, obviously, but for the wee guy that I knew to what put you in prison is clearly completely different. Something happened in between that. I think you've told me a wee bit about it. But anyway, you mentioned your kids. Many kids do you have?
I've got 3. I've got a daughter, Eva, who's 16, and I've got twins, Harry and Pippa, who are 14 on Monday. Yeah.
And what do they mean to you?
The world, that's fucking my greatest creations, man. I tell them that all the time. Good wins, all different personalities, all attitudes, but Wongs.
If I was to ask them what kind of dad you are, what do you think they would What would they say?
The boys an idiot. No, they probably they know what I'm like, and I talk to them as if I'm my pals. So I tell them the way I'm talking to you, I'd say to them the way I give advice, I'll give them that exact way. I say it's up to you. You can lead a horse to water, but can't make it drink it. I'm only telling you what I know. I've been your age, you've not been mine, and they do listen. You know what I mean, obviously it's me and the ex-wife have split, and we don't talk, so it's hard that way in that sense, and they'll try and play us off each other, but no, generally they're good range and they're smart range, and you know what I mean, aye, proud of them.
That's good.
I'm not going to greet Davey.
I'm not finished yet. So thinking about that kind of horrible reputation, would you rather not have that, or are you quite glad that you kind of proved yourself over time? I mean, it's still there. It's still there.
I'm happy. I changed all their opinions because they all like me now. That's what I'm saying.
Good. Right.
People used to, oh fuck, there's Wong with his. People enjoy having a night out with me. I like to have a laugh, and as I say, so I used to get it all the time. Even back then, when I was still fighting with people, sitting at a party, get to the next day, and people were about to leave. By the way, mate, I heard you were a pure fucking animal. You're actually sound. But I get that all the time. Because I get it, somebody that doesn't like you, and he done this, and he done this, and he done this. Anything I've never done it to somebody that didn't date it, wasn't trying to date it to me.
But it proves that there's still people talking.
Aye, no, definitely.
So the name is still kind of out there.
But as in now, as I say, people, I know you have a good time.
That's good. What's life like for you these days then? Do you feel a wee bit more sort of settled in your life?
Aye. Could be better, but that's life. As I say, I'm 2 years now, split with the missus, back and forth. I've got a new bird, but aye, I'm happy where I'm at. As I say, in between jobs, I've got to start on Monday with my old company, but that's like 8 years of my own business. I've been there, had a business, I've been married, I'm divorced, I've had a house itself. I've got a lot to. I've been there and done it, as you would say. So going back to frontline, I'm all for, like, if I saw a young boy acting stupid or going after the hills, you know what I mean? Personally, that's up to you, but if I saw somebody that needed help, I'm no slow in giving advice. And I don't know, I seem to have a way of talking to them that I can, they relax, or they listen to me, or somebody go out, by the way, he knows what he's talking about. I mean,
well, you mentioned part of the success story, so I suppose we should talk about that. You mentioned your business. What was that?
Monoblocking, driveways, patios, walls, everything. I started off, when I got it the second time, I started working as a monoblocker. That's when I was just before I get married. Then I went to Frontline, who I'm going back to, and learned basically to turn a field into a housing scheme. And then 8 years ago, I decided to go and date myself, and it was all good for 5 years. And then the weather, wetly, just this type of work I'd done was bad. Plus, I was going through my divorce. Went to do other stuff with my pals. A few things I've no fell through, and no, Frontline came a calling.
Is this better then for you?
I was sitting this weekend thinking about it all, and I've actually never felt more right about that decision I've made.
Feels like the right path.
Oh, aye, I just, and I just mean I don't even feel as if I made it. I feel as if it just fell into the way things happened. Like when I was trying to sell the house, that gets signed off on the Friday. Got back with the new missus, we'd fell out, and decided to leave and go back to Frontline. So I'd made all the decisions, and I'm sitting she was out with her pals at the weekend. I'm sitting at Saturday night thinking to myself, this feels right. And I've not had that. I can't even remember the last time I had that feeling. I was going like that, know what? Aye, and when I'm not kidding, when I go out, I'll go back, and plus I'm going back to teach them how to do the, because there's a lot of boys that do, groundworks isn't a trade, but it should be a trade, and they don't know how to do things, and I'm going back to work with a boy that learnt with me and everything, and it's everything about it just ticks all the boxes.
Well, it certainly helps being in something that you actually enjoy and you can
no, definitely
teach people, especially if it's something like I've never done anything like that before. So it's, I mean, you've been talking about it for a wee while, and it's dead interesting, and it's great that you're finding a better path. I suppose I know it's been years since all the other stuff, but it's definitely better for you.
It's settled. It's routine and all. I just see when I was working for myself, money was good, but it might be a couple of weeks with no money. Things like that. Whereas
it's the plate spinning. I know.
And now this is boom, decent money every week, holiday pay. I've had my fun, go back now and knuckle down.
Good to hear. What scares you? Well, we've established that prison doesn't scare you.
I was going to say the future, the unknown, but I don't really worry about it, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So when I say it's scary, it doesn't scare me, but
it's on the edge of your mind.
No, because even at that, I don't worry about things I can't control. But scared, no, my Lane's health.
Yeah.
That scares me. That's about it. As long as I want my Waynes to outlive me. I've seen too many Waynes burying pals burying people who shouldn't, things like that, and it's I've never did that, and I can only imagine what they feel when they go through it.
Do you know what? Talking about it's just something you said there, but talking about the kids, obviously the upbringing that you had was it was what it was, obviously, at the time, and the way you were treated. Obviously, they are mixed race as well. So how do you kind of look at them and go, "You've got it really lucky now," because they can, you can.
Eva actually phoned me the other day. It's for she's getting a paid internship or something for the PE.
All right, aye.
And she's like, "What do I put down for my on the form, the ethnicity?"
Ethnicity, yeah.
Right, and I'm like, I couldn't even make out what she was saying. She's like, I'm like Scottish Chinese. She's like, just right. I says, well, I'm like, wait 2 seconds. Do you feel Scottish Chinese? Do you feel Chinese? She's like, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Right, and I'm going like that. Do you feel it? Or do you feel, if you feel Scottish, if you feel English or British, just put that. I say, I'll just put down Scottish. You know what I mean? But so I don't know if they love the Wong thing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they love when I was like that, if someone like that, you're a Wong.
Aye.
And I'll do that, but I do it in a noise up way.
Aye.
I might remember you're a Wong, don't greet, and things like that.
Aye.
But when it comes to the seriousness, they don't. You know what I mean?
That'll be why you're not greeting the new then. I'm not done yet. No, that's really good to hear, because it must be a bit of I had to go through, and you were able to just do whatever.
Oh no, I love it. And
incredible.
Eva especially, my Wayne's on the shy, but Eva's very headstrong, man, and she's turned into a wee lady. So
that's great. Good to hear, man. All right, bit of a strange one here, but if I could take you back in time right now to when you were 10, 11, what would you say to yourself, and what advice would you give yourself? What would you say to yourself?
Buckle up. If I don't know what's coming. No, I don't know. That's a good one by you, Davey. What would I say? Fucking just, Davey, you done be you, because I don't even worrying. I worried to myself. See if I was scared about something, I didn't go and tell my mum. This will sort itself out, or I'll boom, it'll blow, blah blah blah. And it always did. You can't. What's for you's not going to pass you. Simple. You can alter things or fucking dictate things sometimes, but it's at the end of the day, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I never ever burdened anyone with my problems. If you know what I mean? Although I should have. Why did Mum, why did you not tell me? I'm not going to go and run to you every time because this is happening daily, Mum. You know what I mean?
So I'm just going to cancel the flux capacitor because I was just about to take you back in time there. But fair enough, if you don't want to go back, that's no bother. So you're quite a positive person. You spoke a lot about being really positive. So do you think that's kind of got you through a lot of things? You never seem down long to me.
No, I always say, see if I'm in a pub and somebody comes in and starts doing my fucking head in, I'll be like, mate, private party, I'm in for a good time, beat it. Or if they don't, I leave. I'm at anger, jealousy, being annoyed it's one of no man likes being annoyed.
No.
I've during the early years, some of my close pals phone and going I'm going to kill myself tonight. Straight away I'm like, see if you do that, I'm not going to forgive you in this life or the next. Why would you throw that at me? And then I talk to them, and then I go, what's up with you? And they're like, it's hard, I don't know what's up. See if you're depressed, it's either your work or your relationship. Change one. If there's it's got to be there. If something's wrong, waking up happy is underrated. You know what I mean? You see, waking up's underrated. People are, they will wake up with a problem. See if you wake up, at least you can go and sort your problem. I'm at, and as I've said before, no one can save it unless it's you. You need to want to be saved.
Yeah.
I've a couple of times my brothers with people saying, I'm like, listen, he'd be worried about his pal. I'm like, Stephen, see as long as you can look, see if your pal does something stupid tonight, see as long as you can look yourself in the mirror and know that you tried everything, know your problem. And it might sound harsh, the way I'm saying it, but I'm going like, I try to help you. See if you know what may help you. I'm not going to feel guilty about you doing something stupid that I try to stop you doing.
But I think that's the best. Doesn't really matter what I think, but it's the best way to be.
Aye, I'm at, as long as it
has to be harsh.
Aye, but as long as you've tried to help them, don't just go, I tried. I mean, if you can look yourself in the mirror and go, I tried. I mean, you still be fucking upset if they've done what they've done, but nothing's that bad that you need to go and do that. You know what I mean? Especially if you get Wayne's, people have left Wayne's, family, something behind.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. To me, there's always another way, but that's me saying that.
No, so definitely. That's what I'm saying. No sane person does it.
No
sane person.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, we've spoken about that quite a bit as well. Just a couple left. Just in terms of your heritage, you've spoke to me about that quite a bit. What does that mean to you?
Love it. My wee Chinese granny, grandma, man. If it wasn't for them, he's when I met me, I don't mean that, but they had the balls to come over here and start probably one of the first Chinese cuisines in Clydebank. My grandpa came over his cell, opened the shop, my wee granny. Everyone loved them in Oco Patrick. They were the best. So just the balls they had for back then. My wee granny grew up working in the rice fields in the old province. I heard this at a funeral, I didn't know that. And I get it for the first time in a long time, just sitting in my mom's like, what the fuck? I didn't know it. And this is when I go at myself, I wish I'd learned Chinese. Because I had the chance. All they'd done was speak to me in Chinese. You know what I mean? So I should know, I kid on, I can talk it. I mean, in fact, when I talk it, I can't talk it. But
tell them.
All they done was talk to me in Chinese, and if I knew that, and then just what they done, she worked in the rice fields in the old province, went to Hong Kong to work in a hospital. My grandpa was in the Merchant Navy, comes over here his cell to find a good spot, gets the best spot. Then she comes over with the kids. She meets my mom, boom. I love, that's why I always drum in my veins. You're a Wong, you're Chinese, you know what I mean? I don't drum it in as in forcefully. I'll make a joke about it, but I make them go, no, remember, you're a fucking Wong. And fucking well proud of it. And I generally, I didn't enjoy going there, but it wasn't until my granny and grandpa died. It wasn't even so much when my grandpa died, it was when they read out in my granny's one, and I'm like, it was just dogs, and I'm like, no, what they done was balls of steel, man. You know what I mean? And again, they ever come to a country, I was trying to move to Spain, and my head should be hard. They ever come to a country where...
Well, it's like you packing up now and going, oh, we're just going to go and...
Aye.
I mean, even back then it must have been...
Aye, even going to a black predominantly coloured country would be... To me, I think it'd be terrifying. Well, I mean, for us, it would be.
That's it. But that just shows you how lucky we actually are and how sheltered we are.
Aye, no, definitely.
I think the older you get, the more you feel like I'm really lucky, really lucky. You see what's going on the telly every the things
the
that we
world's
don't
went
get
mad.
to see.
The world's went mad.
Oh, I agree. Is there anything else, like, do you have any, like, a message or anything like that? Anything else that you would like to say? Because this is your time.
Basically what I said a minute ago, if you're feeling down, be happy to wake up. No one's come to save you but yourself. People will try to help you, but it's predominantly down to you. So to get help you need to talk out as well. I know that's a big message. If you don't talk, no one knows. So that's about it.
Is mental health a thing for you?
Not for myself, but I see.
But can you take your own advice?
Aye, I'm here because I've took my advice. I mean,
What I was meaning was, you seem to be, a strong person, but maybe when it comes to yourself, your no is.
Aye, sometimes it might take me a wee bit longer to notice, but no, I know. When me and my missus broke up, it was basically she was wanting me to be somebody. She wasn't wanting me to be anybody bad. She was wanting a family man. But I can't help who I'm and I said to her at the time, I could probably give you 6 months for what you want, and then this slips back in, and we lose another 3 years. And we've already done this about 5 times. So
Time to call it.
just time to call it, and then for their own. So, and then one of the things that the jail taught me was I like my own company.
Comfortable with
And I didn't realise that until, because I came, my second sentence, I came straight out of jail into a marriage. I was there 20 years, 16-year marriage. So, boom, just, I'm like, this is that. And I wasn't, listen, I, in my eyes, I had a good marriage. Once it came to an end, and I spent a couple of months myself, I was like that. Then I remember the flashbacks of the jail. I'm like, this is what, I just kicked out of the jail myself, and I done my own thing. So I think that taught me I like my own company, bit of a loner. And as you say, at the weekends I'll go out. I just walk. I know that many people about the area. I walk in and they're there. I'll sit with them. And I'm not going out going, oh, you want to go for a pint? I'll do that with an odd person. But when I go out, I'm just generally going out and then I do my own thing.
I'm glad you're a lot more settled now, Dave. And I really want to thank you for. I know this isn't easy, but listen, you made this happen. So thanks very much for sharing the story, man.
Thank you.